What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at a location in California known as Alder Point, California. If you haven't been on Netflix to watch Murder Mountain, it's a documentary about Alder Point, California, also known as the Emerald Triangle, where people basically go up there to get jobs trimming weed at these sort of shady grow-ops over the years. There's more to it than that, but these grow-ops, basically they employ people to trim and process their crop, and then what happens is basically they sort of are trapping the people there because the situation is so illegal that they can't really allow any leaks about the location of their operation or whatever. So there's like more missing persons than any county in California here, and basically these people are just getting killed left and right. Like there's some notable murders that have happened up here that have been more publicized, but they just happen all the time. And even though weed is becoming legalized in California, there's still a lot of issues. But the interesting thing here is you can go to Alder Point and you can just zoom in and you can see all the grow ops, right? So I got one right here in this clearing. So you can see this is a little greenhouse. And you can see, just if you watch a documentary, it's just like the documentary. Just crap everywhere, all over the yard, little house, right? Some little plots to grow in. Over here you got the same thing, right? A couple greenhouses, little agricultural plots all over the place, little trails. This place is really good to grow because there's a lot of cover from law enforcement, and it's super, super rural. When I zoom out on the map, right? This is still California, right? So, if I zoom out, there's like not really a notable city within this whole area. And I'm zoomed out ridiculously far. Like the closest place is San Francisco. So just to give you a perspective of how remote this place is. Um, it's kind of interesting just to be able to zoom in here and see. You can see all these illegal grow ops from all this imagery that Google's collected. Most of them are probably abandoned, or maybe some of them aren't. Probably most of them are still active. Who knows really what's going on? But you can look at this town. There's not street view on these areas, on these streets, because people just patrol the streets with guns. It's completely insane. But if you see this little town, I mean, it's really nothing special. It's just, got junk vehicles here. Apparently there's a lot of junk vehicles because people come up there and then they get kidnapped or killed or whatever, and then people just dump their cars. So it's pretty insane. This place, it just looks like any little like rural town in America. Like where I'm from is, right up the road. You got places like this. It's completely unnotable, just little dingy places in the middle of nowhere, right? And that's kind of what this place is. But they're growing, and they have been growing since the 70s, 60s, since like 68 up in this area right here. I'll drop a link to Google Maps here where you can go see. All of these areas have been growing like some of the most famous strains of weed in the world, right? On the illegal market. Like a lot of it has been coming here. This is like millions and millions of dollars in processing that's coming from these grow ops over here, and then just over time, right? In the documentary, one of the county, right, the sheriff they interviewed, he said they've got 230 missing persons cases active at the time of when they did the interview. And if you kind of put that in perspective, after a little while, if you've gone missing and nothing turns up on you, they could just deactivate the case. I mean, over the years, we're talking thousands of people that have been that just have disappeared up here. And they're not just up here just working, living happily ever after. These people are just getting dumped in a ditch. Like, there's a million places to hide a body up here, and the documentary kind of goes through a lot of that. How people are just getting dumped on private property. Law enforcement is scared to go up here. They don't go up here and do much. The state and federal agencies like DEA and everybody were raiding this stuff all throughout the like 70s, 80s. Basically it was a huge focus forever, but it just made the greed so much more, because the prices were drove up, right, because of the intense prohibition. So everybody just kept expanding grow ops, and everybody kept getting more and more violent, and more out to get you for for your money, for your crop or whatever. People just show up in the middle of the night and just kill you and just take your crop or take your money or whatever you're stashing up here. It's pretty crazy. I definitely encourage you to watch it. It's been pretty cool. It's like an episode type of show, so it's a documentary, but it's like set in a show format. Jay, you could just go up here and see all these illegal grow ops they're talking about, or I guess now they're legal grow ops, but they have to comply with regulations, so a lot of them aren't. So there's still lots of murders going on, lots of shady stuff, lots of interesting history in here. People have been getting killed up here for decades. Crazy. Anyhow, go check it out. I'll drop a link to this if you just kind of want to see all the sites from Murder Mountain. This is it. Pretty cool to just kind of be able to see this in maps. Pretty weird. Jeff, thanks for watching so much. If you like this, if you want to see more Google Earth, Google Maps content, definitely just subscribe to my channel, and have a good one.